Howdy and welcome back to the channel, everyone, where we go in search of wildlife photography. I'm Doug Wallace. Sounds like I might have a little bit of echo in here. I'm up at my horse barn today. Wife and I just got back from our 2-week hiatus. We've been going on vacation. First week we went up to Door County, Wisconsin with the kids and the grandkids. Had a great week there. And her and I came back, horsed up clothes, and a day and a half later we loaded up and went on a trip for our 30th wedding anniversary. We went out to Estes and Rocky Mountain National Park. So that's going to be the video that I'm bringing to you guys today. But I do have a couple of things to apologize for right off the bat. One is I'm up here at my horse barn and we may have a little echo going on in here. You might hear the barn cat running around here. Crying at me, wanting some attention. And then my Garmin did not record about half of the stuff that I was recording or thought I was recording while we were out in Estes and Rocky Mountain National Park. So that's why I'm cutting this video here today from my horse barn, when I had actually found a spot that was quiet, nobody around. We pulled off side of the road, and wife set off to the side while I did my video segment, and for some reason it didn't record. So I've sent that thing off to see what's wrong with it, because it only recorded about half of the time when I was wanting it to record. So anyways, got that part out of the way. It is going to be a long video, but if you'll stay to the end of it, that's where the majority of the pictures and video that I shot while we were in and around Rocky Mountain National Park, that's when I'll be showing that stuff there. And then this video isn't meant to be an exhaustive how-to do Rocky Mountain National Park. I'm really just out to give you what our experiences were while we were there. Because doing wildlife photography, it's all about timing and stuff like that, so I don't want this to be a bashing Rocky Mountain National Park video, even though over 3 days I only took like 4,000 images, which quite honestly isn't that much in my opinion, because on a really good day right here in central Missouri, I can get in the truck and run some gravel roads and I can take 2,000 to 3,000 in just a couple of hours. So the biggest reason there, I think, is we found lots of elk. You'll find elk throughout the park, and then we found some moose, yellow-bellied marmots, golden mantle ground squirrels. The only thing we didn't get a picture of that I really wanted was a bighorn sheep. We did not find any of those. And in fact, mule deer were pretty scarce too the 3 days while we were there. We end up getting pictures of 4 different mule deer bucks, and all of them came on the very last morning that we were there. And one of them, the biggest one, he was outside of the park. So anyways, if you do your research, if you're looking to go to Rocky Mountain National Park, you're going to find that there is a timed entry system for Rocky Mountain National Park. The timed entries, they start at 5 a.m. and go all the way to like 3 a.m. in the afternoon. And they're $2 each, so you can get one for every day that you're going to be there. But that's only kind of, and I'll explain that. So another thing is the recreational.gov website that you have to use to get your timed entry and your park pass. It's really quite unfriendly, unuser-friendly to navigate that website. But anyways, like a lot of government things is, it's not real clear. You can read it from stem to stern, and you still may not get the information that you're looking for. And a prime example of that is our very first morning that we were there. So we would end up going out a day early. We stopped off in Granby, Colorado, spent the night there, was able to log on to recreational.gov and get a 5 a.m. timed entry pass coming in from Grand Lake. And I purchased the Bear Lake Road access as well, starting at 5 a.m. Well, Bear Lake Road access is really right off of Estes Park entrance there. So to get to that point from Grand Lake, you're traveling about 43 miles. You're going over the Continental Divide. So you're a long ways off, but our entry was for 5 a.m. that first morning. We hit the gate at 5 a.m. on the Grand Lake side, and there's no ranger there. It's rainy. We start up the mountain. We find some elk to get pictures of. We get up by the Continental Divide. We find some more elk bulls to get pictures of, so we get those. And we come over the mountain, and we're just taking our time because in my mind we have our timed entry already. Well, it's like 9:30 in the morning. We get to Bear Lake Road, and they've got a ranger station set up there. And when I pull up, the lady starts giving us a pretty good hard time because it's 9:30 in the morning. Your timed entries are 2-hour windows. So she's looking at my time entry on my phone, and she goes, well, you were supposed to be here by 7 a.m. to really be able to utilize Bear Lake Road. And so I start quizzing her about that, and I let her know, say, hey, look, we came in off the Grand Lake side, which is 43 miles away. There was no ranger there. And she says, no, that's correct. So on Grand Lake and all the other entrances into Estes Park, there will not be a ranger there until 9 a.m. So she starts telling me that when we came into the park at 5 a.m. that morning, we should have made a beeline to Bear Lake Road because there is a ranger at that tent from 5 a.m. to 6 p.m. Well, nowhere does it say that on your time entry or anything. We're 43 miles away. We have no idea that we're supposed to be there by 7 a.m. to be able to utilize Bear Lake Road access. Anyway, she ends up letting us in. So that's one tip for you, that if you get a timed entry before 9 a.m. and it includes Bear Lake Road, once you enter the park, go straight to Bear Lake Road, get the window tag to put in your vehicle window, and then you can simply just use the turnaround and go back out into the main part of the park and go do whatever you want, and you can hit Bear Lake Road access anytime after that, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense that you have a timed entry for a 2-hour window, and now you can just simply run there to the ranger station, get your window tag, and you can go do any other thing you want and then come back to Bear Lake Road if you'd like. So now back to the timed entries for the main part of the park. Well, you really don't need a timed entry there because there's a workaround for that as well. Most of you, if you're doing wildlife photography, you know that morning and evening is going to be your very best time. So the main entrances into Rocky Mountain National Park, while we were there August of 2022, from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. there's no rangers at the entrances. You can simply just go straight on in, go into the park, and stay as long as you want. Now, if you leave the park before 3 p.m., you will not be able to get back in the park without a timed entry up to 3 p.m. But if you're wanting to go to Sheep's Lake, where we found a lot of the moose, or any other part of the park except Bear Lake Road access, you can come back to the park after 3 o'clock and get right in. There's no rangers at the entry station, so the park rangers are only working those from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So we could have saved ourselves a couple of dollars each day. We really didn't need timed entries unless we wanted to go on Bear Lake Road access. I would highly recommend that road. That's where Sprague Lake is and Bear Lake is. And Bear Lake sits down in a bowl. It's a really, really pretty spot. I was able to get some good reflection photos that evening that we went there. So you'll see those here in a little bit. So it was really, that's a really pretty area, Sprague Lake. We ended up one afternoon finding a bull moose there, found some ducks there as well. But anyways, when it comes to the park pass for your vehicle, it's $30 a day, or you can get a 7-day pass for $35. Now, I'm not encouraging anyone not to pay for their park pass, but the only time we had anybody check the park pass was at the main ranger stations from 9 to 3, or on Bear Lake Road. Anytime you went through there, they will check for it. But if you're not utilizing Bear Lake Road access and you just want to utilize the main part of the park, nobody is going to ask you for your park pass if you're entering between 5 a.m. and 9 a.m. or after 3 p.m. Nobody's looking for that, which is kind of disappointing. You know, if they're making you spend $30 for a vehicle pass, I would think they would give you a sticker or something that you have to put on a window. So that way, if a park ranger encounters you, you know, in the park, he would know that you've paid to have your vehicle in there. But like I said, you can go before 9 a.m. or after 3 p.m. You don't have to have a timed entry. That's going to save you a couple of dollars, and nobody's going to check you for your vehicle pass either. So anyways, like I said, all of that's kind of disappointing. Now, Rocky Mountain National Park, if you're a hiker or a biker, you know, bicycling, this is going to be a really great destination for you. Now, I'm not saying it's not a great destination for wildlife photographers. I met lots of wildlife photographers while we were out there, but I just didn't find it to be a wildlife mecca as far as a national park would go. Like I said, I only took 4,000 images over 3 days. But one thing that you will get with whatever wildlife you do encounter there, they may be wild, but they're pretty tame. You're going to be able to get up close and personal with them. I used my Canon 90D with the 100 to 400 Mark II lens. I had my 1.4 extender in there. You know, so I was able to get a lot of up close personal shots, especially of one bull moose at Lily Lake one morning. He literally wouldn't get up. I was 10 yards from him. I took my extender off. My wife's behind me photographing this bull moose. So anyways, and that morning I got lots of ducks and some golden mantles, ground squirrels there as well. But I just didn't find it to be a wildlife mecca like I really hoped it was going to be. Now, while you're driving through the park, you're just not going to be able to see a whole lot. The trees come right up to the road. There are some openings, there's some meadows and stuff like that, and that's typically where you're going to end up encountering the elk and the moose and stuff. But if you're really after bull moose or after moose in general at Rocky Mountain National Park, I would tell you to go to Lily's Lake, which is really, it's in the park, but outside the park. You're not going through one of the main gates to get there. Lily Lake's a good spot. Sprague Lake's a good spot. We did find some elk up close and personal at Bear Lake. I talked to a guy that said the day before there was a couple of bull moose on the back end of Bear Lake there. And then Sheep's Lake is where we got most of the moose pictures. There was moose hanging around Sheep's Lake all day, every day we were there, all 3 days. So anyways, that's kind of what we ran into. Up on the top of the mountain where the tundra is at, we ran into the yellow belly marmots up there, and I was able to get some photographs of them. Now I'm having to crop in on them pretty tight. None of them got very close. So the 1 to 400 with the extender in it really helped out in that case there. So anyways, that's about what I have to say about our time in Rocky Mountain National Park. If you've never been there, I'd highly encourage you to go there, set your expectations. I talked to the rangers and some other people and was informed that probably in June and July are better times to show up to get wildlife photos than the second week of August, like it was when we went there. So anyways, come along with my wife and I as we go through Rocky Mountain National Park. Well, the wife and I have made it into Estes Park off the Grand Lake side here this morning. Local time is 6 a.m. Sun's just starting to come up, starting to get daylight here. And I'm a little disappointed because at the Grand Lake entrance, they make you go through a timed entry deal to be able to get into this park. And so you can only do that online. We did that online, and when we come through the entrance this morning, there was absolutely nobody there to check anything from a park pass to a timed entry or nothing. A waste of money. So anyhow, it looks like to me if you want to just come out here to Rocky Mountain National Park, not have to worry about paying any park fees or anything, you can come in through the Grand Lake side of it, and nobody's going to check anything. So,
at 5 a.m. anyway.
Yeah, at 5 a.m. So anyhow, on the Grand Lake side here, this is the area that burnt last year. We just pulled over in a parking area here where there's a trailhead, and man, you can really smell the burn smell is still really prevalent here. So we're just sitting here waiting for it to get a little more light before we take off, so we can hopefully find some wildlife to take photos of today. So we're on our 30th anniversary trip, Rocky Mountain National Park, on a timed entry that it doesn't look like I really needed. So all right, wakey eggs and bakey everyone. We're in Rocky Mountain National Park. I'm not sure how far we come in, but we finally just come across a group of about 70 elk, and they're a little far off. I snapped some shots of them anyways, and anyways, they're out there calling, mewing. We just heard one elk bugle. So kind of neat. I got some video of them as well. And there's a little creek right through here, and this is just past the area that burnt last year. But a lot of elk right along this little creek ditch here this morning, right below the mountains. Just a really pretty spot. So anyways, thought I'd just check in with you, let you know we finally did find some wildlife, and there's several crows right here at the parking spot as well. They don't want to fly off, so I got some pictures of them. And anyways, we're going to continue on. We're on Fall Ridge Road as well. All right, guys, we're a couple miles above sea level here in Rocky Mountain National Park on Tuesday, August the 16th. We are at Lake Irene this morning, and it's still early. You can probably see it's rainy, nasty today, and we hiked down in here. It's not a very long hike from the parking area down here to the little lake, and we were hoping maybe a moose or something like that'd be around here. No such luck, but it's going to be all uphill going back to the car. That ain't going to be fun. But, oh well, we were hoping for something here at the little lake to get a photo of, but not today. We're going to continue on. So now, straight uphill to the truck. Everyone, welcome back. We are sitting right in the middle of a great big elk herd right here at the very top of Fall Ridge Road, or Fall River Ridge Road. I forget the name of it. But man, there's a great big bull here I've gotten hundreds of photos of. A lot of collared and ear tag elk here, which kind of surprises me.
Makes me wonder why they're collared and ear tagged, but I don't know how many elk are right here. Well over 100. It's 43 degrees. It's real foggy up here. I ought to get a picture of all that fog right there. Get that with your phone, Mom. Because I got the big lens on. It ain't gonna do nothing. But anyways, right here, they're right on the road. These elk don't care about nobody. Kind of awesome. I'm just hitting buffer after buffer. I got a lot of photos of a calf sucking on its mom, so I hope some of those are turning out. I'm running 640 on my shutter, f5.6, well actually f8 because I do have my extender on, and then ISO's hitting right around 1600, so they ought to hit. We ought to have a lot of keepers here. There's a young bull here. He's just come out of velvet. His horns are blood red. And then this big bull off to our right here, he's just recently shed too, and he's got all of it hanging right off the front of his face right there. So really, really neat here in Rocky Mountain National Park. Goes one of the government officials right there, even checking on everybody.
Probably telling somebody to move.
Yeah.
They're not in the...
Yeah, you got to be in one of the pullovers. You're not even really supposed to get out of the vehicle, but a lot of people are. Anyways, we're going to move on here ourselves and see if we can't find something else. We need to find a potty room and. Oh God darn it! They're fighting. Oh, just missed that. I would have put it on video. I don't know what they were fighting about. I just caught them out of the corner of my eye. But I had two cows standing up fighting with each other. I wish I'd have gotten a picture of that. Hopefully there won't be much road noise on this, but that is a spectacular view right there. All the fog, the mountains. All right, everyone. We are wrapping up day one here in Rocky Mountain National Park. We just got, I don't have my seatbelt on, so this is dinging at me. Like I said, we was just finishing up day one here. We just had some close encounter with a couple of bull moose. Got probably 500 photos of those, so we're headed out of the park now. Some people told us about where they saw some muley bucks last night, so gonna see if we can get a picture of those on the way back to the hotel and look through about 2,300 photos that I took today. So all right, everyone, hopefully the camera will stay there this time. Wakey eggs and bakey. It is day 2 here in Estes Park, Rocky Mountain National Park area. This morning the wife and I, we are going to be headed to Lily Lake. We have a 2 o'clock entry time into Rocky Mountain National Park, so we're going to do a few other things here this morning. We're still going to be out looking for some things to take photos of. I don't know, I took like 2,700 photos yesterday in Rocky Mountain National Park. Mainly elk. We did get a lot of moose pictures as well, so we just didn't see a whole lot of wildlife inside Rocky Mountain National Park. So I'm hoping that was just a fluke. It's rained here for about a day and a half. So anyways, come along with the wife and I